And A-League wise, what have you heard about the league other than from Damien Duff? Have you followed it from England?
Again, a little bit last year, just tried to follow it just with Duffer being here and sort of trying to keep an eye out for him. But just from what everyone's sort of told me since I've been here and what to expect, and I was over here in pre-season with Fulham a few years ago. I played a few games, so it was a good standard then and a good test for us, back then. So and we're now what sort of 5-6 years further on, so I can only imagine the standard and everything's improved. So that's why it interested me as well, because it's going to be a good test, and for me still playing with the national team and still wanting to be involved in that and have a chance to go in. If we did make the Euros, I needed to come and play at a good standard and in a good team and a good setup, and sort of everything about this place ticked all the boxes for me on a personal level. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Also, defensive-minded player. What can Melbourne City fans expect from you this season?
That's a good question. I don't know. I guess I just try and approach every game the same. Just concentrate, try not to make mistakes, just be consistent. It's from all my experience, I guess, in the Premier League, one thing I've learned is that it's 1 week it can go good and the next week not so good, and the most important thing I think to having a good season is to try and just sort of stay somewhere in the middle and just be consistent, and rely on doing the basic things well, and then anything after that's a bonus. So I guess I just want to come in here and have a good season and be solid, and as I said, just contribute what I can to the team, and off the back of a good season last season for them, hopefully we can improve and go even further this year.
What's your message to the Melbourne City fans ahead of this season?
It's a good question again. I guess, from what I hear already, it's a well supported team. That the fans that do come and support, they're passionate and they're really interested and I guess really excited about what's happening here. So it's really just to get behind the team, as I'm sure they do anyway, and just give us full support right through the season, because there are times in a game where you need that little lift. I've experienced it myself at other teams, and when things maybe aren't going so good, it's amazing what that sort of little extra lift from the crowd can do and really spur you on. So if they can get behind us and stick behind us the whole way through the season, then hopefully we can give them something to cheer about.
Tell us a little bit how you joined us here in Melbourne City.
I just came up with 2-3 weeks ago. I got a call, obviously, to say that there was a chance or an opportunity to come if I was interested, and I was like, definitely, 100%. It's for me, it's a great opportunity to come and experience something new. From sort of having my whole career in England, and a fresh start that I can really come and sink my teeth into and throw everything into, and hopefully sort of contribute to a successful season.
And why Melbourne City? What have you heard about the club? What have you heard from other people about how we operate here?
Well, I played for a few years with Damien Duff, so even before this came around for me, just keeping in touch with him last year, and always spoke highly of not just the club but the area, the people, just the whole experience. He said it was fantastic. So then when the chance came up for myself, I dropped him a text, and he pretty much said that if I didn't do it, he would never speak to me again. So sort of tells you all you need to know when Duffer's saying that. Like if he's happy with it, it's a good place. So I haven't heard one bad thing from anyone. So it was an easy decision in the end. Not just to come here, but obviously to bring my family here too.
Esteemed career in the Premier League, I suppose. Aston Villa, Newcastle, Fulham, almost 400 games, I think. It's been a pretty good time in the Premier League for yourself.
Yeah, I guess I've been lucky, and lucky to sort of have that career and have that opportunity, and stay injury free and all the rest of the things that sort of you need to go with it to have that. But I look back and enjoyed every minute of it. I think at the time, I guess you don't sort of realise because of the pressure of playing, and you're so focused on the games and stuff, and I think it's only when you come out sort of the other side of it and you look back and you sort of really appreciate how good it was, and some of the moments that you got to experience. Like as I say, I'm very lucky in that respect that I can look back and on experiences like that.
one of those moments was, I think, with Mark Schwarzer making the Europa League semis or finals.
Yeah, got to the final, yeah.
What have you heard about Australia from Mark, I suppose?
I always spoke highly of it, well, as he would do, because it's his home, you know, and he was always very proud of that. But Swartzy was, like, for us at Fulham at the time, he was huge, massive character, you know, a big presence, especially for a centre back, you know, having that presence behind. And in a footballing sense, he was, you know, possibly the best keeper I've played with. You know, I think it's quite close between him and Shay Given in my time in Newcastle. But definitely that time, you know, when I played with Swartz, he was huge for us. You know, so and as I say, he always spoke highly of it, and coming back with a national team and stuff. And I guess I've always sort of looked at it from afar and followed a little bit from afar, just because, you know, keep an eye out for how he was doing when he was playing. So now I'm finally here and get to experience it myself.
And almost 100 caps for Northern Ireland internationally.
Yeah.
How has it been playing, you know, for your home country and you know, representing your country at international level?
I think I suppose it's as high as you can go in your career in terms of the level to play international football. And again, you know, I have to say I'm just lucky to have lasted that long and, you know, kept myself fit. And, you know, I suppose there's an element of, you know, hard work in there too, but there's also that element you got to stay injury free and, you know, selection and different things. You know, at the moment we find ourselves in a really good position where we're pushing for a qualification place in the European Championships, which we've never done before. We've had a couple of World Cups years ago, so you know, we're hoping that it's our turn now and we can push and, you know, make the Euros. That would be, you know, really something special.
And sitting second in Group F, confident you guys can make France in 2016?
I mean, yeah, well, the confidence of the squad at the minute is sort of huge, and it comes from a number of things. You know, it's a real good group and we've got a real good bond and sort of a real good team ethic and work ethic around the place. And we just know that if we keep working hard and doing the things that we've sort of done up until now and sort of not lose concentration, then we've got a really, really good chance. Obviously, there's 4 games to go and we're in a great position. So. Yeah, you know, it's as good a chance as I guess we've had in a long time, and possibly as good a chance as we'll have. You know, you never know what the future will hold, and you sort of got to take it now when it's there, and, you know, that's what everyone's, you know, hoping and striving for.